Morning, grade sixes. Welcome to your daily lesson of mathematics brought to you by WorksheetCloud. I hope you've all had a great week. And I'm sure you're wondering, why is he dressed like that? Well, today we are going to celebrate all the birthdays that have been had during lockdown. I myself have celebrated a birthday during lockdown. And I can imagine with you guys, you felt like you've missed out on quite a lot. So we thought it might be a nice idea to do something different from the norm and to give you a couple of activities that are mathematically based but quite fun at the same time. These activities can be done in conjunction with family members, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, and I encourage you to get them involved, sit them around a table, maybe turn them into a couple games, maybe challenge each other, and almost use it as a little bit of a party game. I bet you didn't think that you'd ever be able to do maths at a birthday party, but let's give it a shot. It's unprecedented times, and we've had to do things that we never thought we'd ever be able to do. So perhaps this is a good time to throw some mathematical enjoyment into your birthdays. So the first challenge we're going to start with is our normal warm-up challenge, and it's a Pokemon challenge. And that's just to get us going, and then we'll go into some other activities which I'm sure you will enjoy. So press pause and let's see how you get on. So I forgot the names of these characters except for Pikachu in yellow. So I do apologize about that. It's been a while since I watched Pokemon. But I'm going to start on the fourth line. And I can see that Pikachu and his friend are equal, which means 39 is equal to 13 plus 13 plus 13, because we know 13 times 3 is 39. Okay. I can then take that 13 for Pikachu, and I know I must subtract 3 to get 10. So then I know I've got 2 multiplied by 3 in the third line, and that's going to equal 6. And we know 13 equals 13. And then we just need to put the values into the bottom equation. And let's see what we get up to. You should have a final answer of 29. Perhaps the winner of that one can have an extra bite of cake. Your second challenge for today is a multiplication birthday cake challenge. And again, it's another way of practicing your times tables, but challenge the person next to you and see who comes up with the correct answers. Off you go. Okay guys, so I'm just going to fill in the values that I know. And the first thing I can see is that 10 multiplied by 5 is 50. And 9 multiplied by the same 5 is 45. I know that the 9 times the 9 is 81. And I know that 10 times the 9 is 90. I can see that the 2 pieces of cake with the strawberry on top are equivalent. So I know that 7 multiplied by 7 is going to give me 49. And then I just need to fill in 7 times 5 is 35. 9 times 7 is 63. 10 times 7 is 70. And 7 times 9 is 63. And my check is I can see that those 2 values are equal, and I can see that those 2 symbols are the same. So again, well done if you got that. Okay, let's move on to our next activity. Guys, here's my next little mathematical birthday present for you. It's titled The Beauty of Mathematics, and it's a really interesting way of looking at the beauty of mathematics. And let's go through it, and I encourage you to grab a calculator and to try out some of the calculations. Remember, this is pre-recorded, so you can always go back and try them out if we work through them too quickly. But this for me is really, really interesting. So if we start off with 1 multiplied by 8 plus 1, then we obviously get 9. But it's fascinating that for each line, you're just adding the next number. So for the second line, we're adding 2 to the equation, and our answer goes to 98. Then we add 3, and our answer goes to 987. And you can see how the numbers actually work out on each equation. And we left at the bottom with 987654,321, which is really, really fascinating. Here's another one for you to sink your teeth into. So 1 times 9 plus 2 we all know is 11. And 12 times 9 plus 3 is 111. And I'm hoping that you can identify the pattern that is happening on each equation. So on the left-hand side of the equation, each number increases by adding the next number. By that I mean we first add 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, all the way down to 9. And we're adding on the right-hand side plus 2, plus 3, plus 4. So those numbers go up 1. Then the answer, it's quite amazing how all you need to do is add 1 onto the end. And I encourage you guys to do these calculations when you have a moment. This is brilliant. 9 times 9 plus 7 is 81. And then we just add 8 to the 9 to become 98. And we go down 1 to 6 when we add 6. And the answer, we just add the numeral 8 each time. So 987,654,32 multiplied by 9 at 0. Who would have thought that we just work through these problems and add 8 onto the end? Fascinating. Here's a little bit of numerical symmetry. We know that 1 times 1 is 1, 11 times 11 is 121, but who would have thought that 111 times 111 would have given us the palindromic number of 12,321. Palindromic numbers are numbers that can be read forwards and backwards, and they equal the same amount. Then you can see 1,111 times 1,111 gives you 1,234,321. And each time you're just adding a digit in the middle. That's fascinating. And then right at the bottom, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The first time I saw this, my mind was blown beyond all proportions. So now let's have a look at this. Quite often we hear people say, give me 101% or give me more than 100%. Now we all know what 100% equals to. It's a whole number. But let's have a look at what people mean and what it means in mathematics to give 100% or 101%. So if we have the alphabet A to Z and we assign a number to each letter, and we would say A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, D equals 4, E equals 5, etc., all the way up to Z equaling 26. Okay, then we can do the following. We can take the word hard work and we can assign the numbers that we assign to the alphabet, and hard work equals 98%. Now that's really close to 100%. So hard work is definitely an ingredient to get close to 100%. Knowledge is also an ingredient to get close to 100%. And knowledge will give you 96%, but not quite close enough to get to you 100%. But attitude, if we assign the letters to attitude, then that will give you 100%. Then they talk about the love of God. Now, you guys have your own gods. There are many different religions. And your God to you equals 101%. So one can conclude with mathematical certainty that while hard work and knowledge will get you close, attitude will definitely get you there. And what we mean by attitude is your ability to never give up, to make mistakes, to learn from those mistakes, and to keep working through difficult times with a bit of grit and resilience. That's the attitude that we're talking about. However, your God and the love of your God will put you over the top always. I'm going to carry on with the rest of the presentation, but I encourage you guys to have a look at this presentation I've just gone through with you, and to really keep it in the back of your mind moving forward, especially when days are tough and the work becomes a little bit harder. I hope you enjoyed that. Try this out, guys. After each step, be sure to press the equal sign on the calculator. It won't work otherwise. First of all, you need to enter the number 7. Secondly, multiply the day of your birth. So if you were born on the 9th day of the month, you would say 7 multiplied by 9. Make sure you press equals afterwards. Once you've multiplied by the day of your birth, subtract 1 and press equals. I would then like you to multiply by 13 and remember to press equals again. Add the month of your birth. So if you were born in December, you would add 12, October you would add 10, May you would add 5, etc. Press equals. After that, I would like you to add 3 and press equals again. You are now required to multiply by 11, press equals. Then subtract the day of your birth. So if you were born on the 20th, subtract 20. If you were born on the 10th, subtract 10, etc. Remember to press equals afterwards. Then I'd like you to subtract the month of your birth. So if you're born in November, subtract 11, September, subtract 9, June, subtract 6, press equals. Following that, divide by 10 and press equals. Then I'd like you to add 11 and press equals, and then you need to divide by 100. Now the answer that's left on your calculator should be a decimal number, and that decimal number should have the day of your birthday followed by the month of your birthday. Fascinating. I would encourage you to work through this again if you didn't get the answer as a decimal indicating your birthday. I worked through it several times and I was blown away that it always got my birthday. Now there's a cool little thing that you can do to family and friends, and that is when you get to the 4th last instruction, they can subtract the month of their birth. Then ask them for their answer, because you know how to divide by 10. We've worked through it. The number gets one place value smaller. You know how to add 11, and you know how to divide by 100. So you can blow somebody else's mind by asking them to complete the first few steps up to divide by 10, and then ask them for their answer, and you complete the last 3 steps, and see how surprised they will be that you can work out the date of their birth in days and months from the equations or the recipe on the screen. I hope you have a little bit of fun with that going forward. Okay, the next puzzle that I have for you requires quite a bit of imaginative thinking, and you're going to have to press pause here, and you're going to have to get a little piece of paper and draw some dots. Make sure the dots are on equal distance or equidistant from each other. Can you join all 9 dots with 4 straight lines without taking your pencil off the paper? You cannot go over any line twice. Good luck with it. Let's see who in the household can come up with it first. Yeah, off you go. I'm hoping that you guys have figured this one out. And here comes the solution. Okay, so there it is. Have a look at how yours worked. Notice where the start is and the direction that the arrows are pointing in. And yeah, that should have been your answer. Here's the next problem for you in the birthday edition from WorksheetCloud. This one's called initial numbers. So each number has some initials after it. Just work out what the initials mean as the numbers are clues. So for example, if I said to you 7D in a W, then that would mean 7 days in a week. Now there are 11 for you to work out on the screen, and challenge someone at home to see who can come up with as close to 11 answers as possible. Off you go, and good luck. 26L in the A, an easy start I thought, and that's going to be letters in the alphabet. 7C in the R, 7 colors in the rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Roy Jabiv, that's the way I remember it. 1,000 meters in a kilometer. 64 squares on a chessboard. 28 days in February. 24 hours in a day. 8 legs on a spider. Sure, almost said 52 legs on a spider. That would be one crazy spider. 52 cards in a pack, and the no J stands for no jokers. 366 days in a leap year. 10 green bottles hanging on the wall. That's a bit of a cheeky one. And 200 Rand for passing go in Monopoly. So guys, I hope you enjoyed those. That's just a little bit of lateral thinking. And yeah, I've got one more lateral thinking exercise for you to go through. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoy that. Okay guys, so the following short quiz consists of 4 questions and tells you whether you are qualified to be a professional. The questions are not that difficult, so don't cheat by looking ahead. Well, you can't look ahead because I'm going to control the presentation. But really read the question carefully, give it some thoughts, and let's see how you guys get on. So question number 1 is, how do you put a giraffe into a refrigerator? And I'll give you a couple seconds to discuss it with people around you or to think about it yourself. And the correct answer, open the refrigerator, put the giraffe in, and close the door. So this question tests whether you tend to do simple things in an overcomplicated way. Question number 2. How do you put an elephant into a refrigerator? Now maybe some of you think that's a trick question, but give it some thought, have a chat, and the answer I'm going to show you, your wrong answer would be open the refrigerator, put in the elephant, and close the refrigerator. The correct answer is open the refrigerator, take out the giraffe, then put in the elephant and close the door. So this question tests your ability to think through repercussions of your actions. Third question, the Lion King is hosting an animal conference. All the animals attend except one. Which animal does not attend? And your answer for that is the elephant, because the elephant is in the refrigerator, and you should remember that from question number 2. So this question tests your memory. So even if you didn't answer the first 3 questions correctly, you still have one more chance to show your abilities. And your last question number 4 is, there is a river you must cross, but crocodiles inhabit it. How do you manage to cross the river? Now give it some thought, discuss it, and let's see what answer you can come up with. Feel free to pause before I go through the answer. So that answer is, you need to swim across. Why? Because the crocodiles are all attending the animal conference, which was mentioned in question number 3. So this tests whether you learn quickly from your mistakes. So according to a consultancy agency, 90% of professionals they tested got all the questions wrong, but many preschoolers got several correct answers. So that makes you wonder who has the bigger and more intellectual brain, a 4-year-old or professional. And I think it works that way because 4-year-olds are a little bit less complicated than adult professionals. And sometimes the simple things in life and the simple solutions are very often the most obvious and the most effective ones. I hope you enjoyed working through that lateral thinking questionnaire, and feel free to use it on other people in your family or friends, and maybe compare the answers that your friends of similar age or younger give you compared to the adults that you tested out on. Okay guys, that brings us to our last little birthday problem or calculation that you need to do, and I thought that this one was really appropriate considering the times that we find ourselves in, being in lockdown. So all you need to do is choose a number between 1 and 9, multiply it by 3, add 3, multiply by 3 again, add the 2-digit number you get together. So if you get like 63, then add the 6 and the 3, or if you get 52, add the 5 and the 2. And then the number you get is where you will be traveling to. So I hope you enjoy that. Maybe it brings a little smile to your face. Grade 6s, I hope you enjoyed our birthday edition of mathematics and a couple of problem-solving activities and lateral thinking questionnaires. We'll get back to normal in our next lesson. Yeah, we just thought it would be nice to break away from the norm. I promise you I don't dress like this every day. But guys, have a really cool day. If you did celebrate a birthday, then I hope you had a really blessed day. And yeah, I know you can't really get spoiled, but let's just be grateful for what we have instead of what we don't have. Grade 6s, it's been good, it's been real, and we'll see you guys later. All the best.